Good morning to the Nigerian community. This is the voice of Pedagogues Educational Research Institute and Learning Facilitating Firm. You are welcome on board this morning, everybody listening to us. It is a program to commemorate the 2024 Valentine's celebration. To all school children across the length and breadth of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, we are once again this morning to appreciate you. And of course, this morning we are doing our program, the Blended Learning Platform, again to engage you. To all children, to all school administrators, this is another very wonderful time for you. Education remains a vibrant tool and a vibrant ladder for development in our society. We cannot but try our best to ensure that education in the state, in the country, is a better one. We thank our viewers across the length and breadth of the world and everybody who share our clip. We thank the WhatsApp community. Thank you very much and God bless you. We thank those who eulogize us behind the scene, telling us that we are doing something good, so we really appreciate you for your encouragement. Àkí gbogbo ẹ̀yin òbí káàárọ̀ o. Àkí gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ ilé ẹ̀kọ́ ẹ káàárọ̀ o. Owó mà ní wọ́n ẹnì kọ̀ọ̀kan wá o. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí èyí ti jẹ́ àyájọ́ olólùfẹ́ káàkiri àgbáyé. Àwa náà ní Pedagogues a rò pé ọ̀nà tá a lè gbà láti fi ìfẹ́ hàn sí yín náà ni pé kí a máa kọ́ àwọn ọmọ yín ní ọ̀nà tó dára. Ìfẹ́ náà máa ní Ọlọ́run wà. Nígbà tí èmi jẹ́ òtòṣì ẹlẹ́ṣẹ̀, Jésù mà kú fún mi. Bí èmi tilẹ̀ ń fọ onírúurú èdè, ṣùgbọ́n tí èmi kò ní ìfẹ́, èmi dàbí Símbádì olóńgòrò idẹ tí ń dún lásán ni. Ìfẹ́ inú rere sí ènìyàn náà lélẹ̀ tá à ń ṣe yìí o, pé kí àwọn ọmọ wa kán ní ẹ̀kọ́ tó dára àti eléyìí tó yè kooro. We love what we are doing and we see it as the only way to improve our community. Education being the only vibrant tool and ladder for national development. Ọmọ ọmọ ní ìní Olúwa o, ọmọ inú ní èrè ẹ̀, bí ọ̀fà ti rí ní ọwọ́ alágbára bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àwọn ọmọdé rí o. Ìbùkún ni fún ọkùnrin náà àti obìnrin náà pàápàá tí akó rẹ̀ kú fún wọn. Afúntọ́mà ni àwọn ọmọ wọ̀nyí jẹ́ o. It is the inalienable right to be given qualitative and superlative education. Our initiative is to ensure that school-going children have qualitative education. We will try our possible best to encourage them and to give them counseling on their education. That is what we have been doing. Làbárè wa lórí ètò ẹ̀kọ́ máa yí ọmọ tó ń sunkún ó yẹ̀yẹ́ tó ń rẹ́ o. Bí a kò bá rẹ́ni fẹ̀yìntì bí ọ̀lẹ la máa ń rí. Bí a kò bá rẹ́ni gbẹ́kẹ̀lé a máa tẹpá mọ́ṣẹ́ ẹni. Ohun Olúwa ni ohun pedagogues o. Ohun tó ń kígbe ní ìjù. Ẹ tún ètò ẹ̀kọ́ ṣe o. Ẹ sọ bí ẹni sọ gbá. Ohun Olúwa ń bẹ lórí omi púpọ̀ o. Ohun Olúwa ń bẹ lórí ìṣàn omi o. Ohun Olúwa fa igi Kédárì ya o. Ohun Olúwa fa igi Kédárì Lẹ́bánónì ya. Kí èsì ẹni tó rán wa máa wà pẹ̀lú wa o, kò máa jọ̀wọ́ àwa nìkan sí o. Torí pé àwa ń ṣe ohun tó wù nígbà gbogbo. Olúwa Olúwa wa, Olúwa rẹ̀ mà níyì tó ní gbogbo ayé o. Kí èsì àwọn tí ara wọn yá wọn máa yẹ fún oníṣègùn bí kò ṣe àwọn tí ara wọn kò dá. Kò á sí òjì àìkúra ní Gíleádì bí? Kò á sí oníṣègùn níbẹ̀ bí? Èéṣe tí a kò fi wo ọgbẹ́ ọmọbìnrin ènìyàn mi sàn? Ó máa tọ̀ àwọn tí ẹ wá o. Àwọn tí ẹ kò máa gbà o. Ṣùgbọ́n iye àwọn tó gba àmọ̀ fi agbára fún wọn láti dá ọmọ Ọlọ́run o. Àní àwọn tó gborúkọ rẹ̀ gbọ́. Ẹ̀yin òbí, ẹ̀yin olùkọ́, àwa ẹ̀ má bá sọ fún yín pé ká ẹ ṣeun lákàn ẹ̀yin ìbá mà ti ṣe. Mélòó mélòó nígbà tá a sọ fún yín pé ká ẹ tọ́jú àwọn ọmọ wọ̀nyí wọ́n dẹ̀ ṣoríire. The Pedagogues Initiative is an alternate to the status quo. But be that as it may, our goal is to consolidate what teachers are doing within the four walls of the classroom and to ensure that the curriculum objective is actualized in a more actionable and profitable way for the betterment of our society. It is the duty of everybody to encourage intellectualism in our society, because this is the only way through which we can have well-integrated and functional members of the society. Wọ́n ní tí ìmọ̀ bá jìnnà rere tó dé China, wọ́n ní dandan ní ká wá débẹ̀ o. My appeal to parents is to ensure qualitative education for their children, as this is the only gateway to a restful confidence in them. The program for this morning is a glance series for a salient issue in English language, which is one of the remote and immediate causes for foundational problems in the English language. The English language is the language of education and is the mother of every other subject in the school setting. In other words, a lot of concerted effort needs to be put in place to ensure that the children of school-going age have a proper mastery of English language, because their knowledge of English language will definitely affect every other aspect of their learning. We are saddled with the responsibility of correcting problems in English language from the primary school to secondary school and even the upper secondary school. So, good morning to the Nigerian community. This is our voice once more again this morning. This morning we are dealing with, you are welcome to Good Morning English Language, and the topic on the broad notes today is part of speech. And this program clip will definitely correct some fundamental problem for children of school-going age, most especially some of them that are in primary school, and some of them that are in the upper basic school, and even some of them that are in senior classes, because if they do not have the knowledge of the part of speech, the entire thing that they are being taught in the English language will be a wilderness of Western logic. And so this morning I consider it a great opportunity to share with them what the part of speech is at a glance. The curriculum cannot give us this type of opportunity in the school setting, because we have to always teach these topics one after the other. But then, let me just afford the children of school-going age the opportunity to see everything at a glance, so that at least they know what different parts of speech are. The part of speech in English language are, broadly speaking, noun, pronoun, verb, adjective, adverb, preposition, conjunction, and of course interjection. So this morning I'm going to start with noun. Traditionally, noun has been regarded as the name of things. It could name people, it could name places, it could name animal, it could name different things. And when we talk about noun, we have subcategories of noun. We have proper noun, we have common noun, we have abstract noun, we have concrete noun, you have compound noun, you have collective noun, you have countable noun, you have uncountable noun. Then we have formations of noun. Formations of noun, some we head with S, some of we change internally, some of we change by adding the IES in the plural form, some we change by adding the VS in the plural form. So those are the formations of noun. So let me start with proper noun. They are names given to country, given to people, given to titles of books, title, chieftaincy title, the name of a country, the name of a continent, the name of a week. This is what you call the proper noun. So anywhere you have the proper noun in a sentence must begin with capital letter. So for example, Ataoja of Osogbo, capital A, capital O. Then we're talking about Ooni of Ife, capital O, capital I. We're talking about Nigeria. Nigeria there we start with capital letter, that's the name of a country. River Osun, capital R, capital O, and many others. Then we are talking about common noun. Common noun is more or less a general name given to something and which usually has some other subdivisions and subcategories under them. For instance, if I say boy, it's a common noun, girl is a common noun. When you say boy, you have Richard, you have Uche. When you say girl, you have Shade, you have Titi under it. So get, school, cars, they are all common nouns. So when you say abstract nouns are nouns that you cannot feel, that you can only feel. You cannot touch it, you cannot see it. For example, pain, sorrow, joy, that is abstract noun. Then when you say concrete noun, there are things you can touch, there are things you can see physically. For example, touch lights, for example, power bank, for example, television sets. These are concrete noun. Then we talk about compound noun. Compound noun are usually hyphenated. For example, you have father-in-law. Fathers-in-law will be the plural. The very first word, most of the time, we carry the plural form. Tutor general will become tutors general. Postmaster general will become postmasters general. Like that. That is what we call the compound noun. Then when we talk about the collective noun, it's a collective name given to a group of things. For example, talking about fleet of cars, we are talking about spectators, we are talking about congregation, we are talking about pair of trousers, bunch of keys, and many others like that. That's what you call the compound noun. Then we are talking about the countable noun, the things you can count. For example, we can talk about 5 mangoes, 5 oranges, 10 books, 10 pencils. That is countable noun. Then we talk about uncountable noun. They are nouns that cannot be counted. For instance, water, you cannot count it. You say a bag of water, a sachet of milk. We are talking about a load of sand, a load of gravel. So this is what you call a bag of rice. So you use particles to quantify uncountable nouns. And of course, when you talk about nouns, there are functions of noun. When you say functions of noun, it can appear at the subject position. Nínú Yorùbá máa pè ní Olúwa, the subject, while the abo is the object. The subject is what performs the action in English language, while the receiver of the action is called the object in English language. And so, when you say Tolu killed the goat, Tolu in that sentence will be the subject, killed there will be the verb, the goat there will be the object. Then we're talking about complement. Noun can serve as complement. You say, I am a teacher. A teacher there is a noun and it's coming after the verb. It's referring back to the subject. That is complement. Then when you say noun in apposition, the two subjects appear before the verb and they refer to each other. Mr. Olajide, the mathematics teacher. They underline this, the mathematics teacher. The mathematics teacher is a noun. There is, of course, a noun phrase. It's referring back to Mr. Olajide. Nigeria, the giant of Africa, is big. Nigeria, the giant of Africa. They underline the giant of Africa. So the giant of Africa in that case will be a noun phrase in opposition to the subject, Nigeria. So those are the functions of nouns. There is no big deal to know some of these things little by little, even in the junior secondary school. And I really want to use this medium to urge teachers teaching in primary school to always use the Brighter Grammar and some other books that are relevant for English language mastery, Mastery English, English Companion. These are very good books, and of course, in some cases, qualified personnel can be recruited to teach that aspect of the children's syllabus, which the English language. It will give them the opportunity to have a better mastery of other subjects. Now, without wasting our time, we are moving to now pronoun. Pronouns, from traditional definition, is known as a word that is used instead of a noun to replace a noun, and of course it is used to avoid repetition and to make our sentences more interesting. So when you talk about pronoun, we have personal pronoun, we have reflexive pronoun, relative pronoun, interrogative pronoun, possessive pronoun, demonstrative pronoun, indefinite pronoun, and some other pronouns. When you talk about personal pronoun, they can appear in the subject position or object position. They can refer to human being, they can refer to non-living thing, and they can either be singular or plural. When you say he, we have three persons in English: first person, second person, third person. First person is the speaker, that is I, and the plural form of I is we, that is the subjective case personal pronoun. Subject will appear before the verb, object will appear after the verb. So personal pronoun can either be singular or plural. They came here, they there is the subject, that is third person plural rather, pronoun. Then you can say he killed him, he killed him. He there is the subject, kill there is the verb, him there is the object, personal pronoun. So you have relative pronoun. Relative pronoun are pronouns that are used to describe a noun or a pronoun in English language. For example, we have who, whose, whom, which. Those are relative pronouns. The book which you gave me there is functioning like an adjective there, is describing the book. So that is relative pronoun. The lady who came here yesterday, there is a subordinate clause and is a relative clause, is introduced by a relative pronoun, is describing the lady. It's not talking about the lady that is in America, but it's giving additional information to the lady who came here yesterday. So relative pronoun gives additional information to a noun or a pronoun that precedes it. Then we're talking about reflexive pronoun. Reflexive pronoun makes references to the noun or pronoun. For example, you say he killed himself. Himself there is referring to he. So the self form of pronoun are the reflexive, and when they make reference to the subject in the sentence, is performing the function of a reflexive pronoun. So the woman hanged herself. Herself there is a reflexive pronoun. It can either be singular or plural. Himself, herself, themselves, ourselves, many others. Then we're talking about interrogative pronoun. Interrogative pronouns are used to ask questions, and at times we call them the WH. Who are you? What are you doing? It must end with a question mark. It's an interrogative sentence. How are you feeling? Hope. How is your father? So these are interrogative sentences, indices of the interrogative pronoun. Then we talk about the possessive pronoun. Possessive pronoun shows ownership. The book is mine. That is M-I-N-E. It will usually come at the end of the sentence. That is tèmi. Mine, tèmi. The house is his. Is. Tiẹ̀ lọ́kùnrin. Is. H-I-S. It's different from I-S. I-S is auxiliary verb. H-I-S is possessive pronoun. The house is ours. Tiẹ̀ lóbìnrin. H-E-R-S. The book are ours. O-U-R-S. Tiwa. That is what we call possessive pronoun. So let's go to demonstrative pronoun. Demonstrative pronoun are used to indicate something that is close or something that is far to us, and it can either be singular or plural. This is my house. T-H-I-S. Then when we talk about demonstrative pronoun, the next thing that will come after it is a verb. When you say this is my house, T-H-I-S. These are my children, T-H-E-S-E. That is my book. Those are my cars. So these, that, those, these are demonstrative what? Pronoun, and is different from demonstrative adjective. When it is demonstrative adjective, you see a noun coming after it. This book is mine. That house. In that case, this, that, those houses, they are functioning as demonstrative adjective. Adjective by their very nature qualify a noun or a pronoun. This house, this in that case is qualifying house. It's not functioning as a demonstrative pronoun, but rather in that case as a demonstrative adjective. So there is a clear-cut dichotomy between demonstrative pronoun and demonstrative adjective, between interrogative pronoun and interrogative adjective, and between demonstrative pronoun and demonstrative adjective. When you get to adjective, I will show more light on that. So then we talk about indefinite pronoun. Indefinite pronouns are pronouns when you are not specific about particular thing. When you say everyone is someone, somebody, everybody. So in most cases, those words go with singular verb. Everyone goes to the market. Everyone comes here on Sunday. Everybody goes to church on Sunday. So those are indefinite pronouns. They are some categories of pronoun. Then let's move to verb. When you talk about verb, traditionally they say verb is an action word, but permit me to tell you that not all the time are verbs action words. At times they are just expressing a state of being. If I say he is a fool, is there in that sentence is not performing any action, it's just expressing a state of being. So a verb might be an action word, and at times it can be expressing a state of being. And of course, verbs are used to realize different tenses, maybe the present or in the past form. So we have what we call the regular verb, the irregular verb, the main verb, the auxiliary verb, the transitive, the intransitive, and some others. But let me just talk about the regular verbs. The regular verbs are verbs that have the ed in their formational process in the past tense and past perfect. Those are the regular verbs. Cook, cooked, cooked, move, moved, moved, check, checked, checked, danced, 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 cook, cooked, cooked. Then irregular verbs are verbs that do not have ed in the past tense and past perfect. For example, swim, swam, swum, break, broke, broken, fight, fought, fought. These are irregular verbs. And you have some verbs that do not change. Quit, 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 broadcast, 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 cut, 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 and many others. Then we talk about the main verb. Main verb are the major verbs in the sentence, and of course, you say I came here yesterday. Came there is the main verb in the sentence. I saw Tolu. Saw there is the main verb in the sentence. We killed the goats. Killed there is the main verb in the sentence. Another word for main verb is called the lexical verb. While you talk about the auxiliary verb are helping verbs, verbs that assist another verb in the sentence. For example, and we can have some categories of auxiliary verb. They can be the be variant, the be auxiliary. They are the am, is, are, was, were. Then we have the have variant, can be the has, have, had. Then you can have the modal auxiliary. The modal auxiliary are expressing possibility, ability, certainty, and obligation. For example, can, could, may, might. Those are auxiliary verbs, and they are called the modal auxiliary verbs. So I say he is going to the market. Is there is an auxiliary verb. Going there is the lexical verb. That will be reflecting present continuous tense. When I say he has done the work, as there is an auxiliary verb, done there is the perfect verb. So that is a present perfect verb, having the present perfect auxiliary and the main verb there. We have given him the money. Have given there will be the present perfect, the plural present perfect. Have given. Have there is the auxiliary verb. Given there is the what? Is the main verb. So that is how that one goes. Then we are talking about the modal auxiliary verb. If I say I can slap you, can there is the ability, what I am capable of doing. I could have slapped him if he had offended me. Could there is reflecting the past form of can. So I will give you the money. Will there is talking about certainty. I would have given you the money. So that is the plural form of the will. You must do your assignment. Must there is the obligation. I want to make something compulsory for you. You must come here tomorrow. Must there is the auxiliary verb. Modal auxiliary. Come there is the main verb. Then talk about transitive verb. Transitive verbs are verbs that have objects. I killed the goat. I is the subject, killed is the verb, the goat there is the object. So killed there is a transitive verb because it accommodates objects. I saw Tunji. Tunji there is the object. Saw there is the transitive verb. Intransitive verbs are verbs that do not have objects. For example, Jesus wept. Wept there is the verb and it does not have any object. Snakes bite. Snake bite. Bite there is an intransitive verb. So that is what we have for you on that verb. Then adjective by their very nature are words that qualify a noun or a pronoun in a given sentence. It gives additional information about a noun or a pronoun. So and we have comparison of adjective: big, bigger, biggest; small, smaller, smallest; short, shorter, shortest; quick, quicker, quickest; intelligent, more intelligent, most intelligent, and several others. That's a comparison of adjective. You use the one that has er for 2 things, the one that has est for 3 or more things. Then adjective by their very nature describe. The stupid boy. Stupid there is describing. It's talking about the character. Adjective can be talking about the character, the color, the shape, the size, the anything. It can be an interrogative adjective, it can be a possessive adjective, it can be a demonstrative adjective. So adjective qualifies a noun or a pronoun. And it can be a pre-qualifier when it appears before the verb, before the noun. Slow children. Slow there is a pre-qualifying adjective. It appears before children. Quick match. Quick there is a pre-modifying adjective. Qualifying match, which is a noun. So it's pre-qualified. It's appearing before the noun. So if I say the house is insect free, the house is insect free. Free there is a post-qualifier. So because it's appearing before the noun. So we have descriptive adjective, we have interrogative adjective. Whose book did you take? Whose book did you take? Whose there in that case is qualifying book and it's coming as like a question. Which house did your father build? Which house did your father build? Which there is an interrogative adjective. So it's different from interrogative pronoun. When it is interrogative pronoun, you have a verb after the interrogative particle there. But when it is an interrogative adjective, you have a noun or pronoun after the interrogative particle. Then when you talk about possessive adjective, when you say my house, his book, our book, in those cases the possessive particle is coming before the noun, and that will be a possessive adjective. Adjective qualifying the immediate noun after these possessives. But when it is possessive pronoun, the possessive particle will come after the sentence. The house is mine, M-I-N-E. In that case, will be a possessive pronoun. The book is his, H-I-S-D-A, will be a possessive pronoun. But when you say his book is very good, his book is very good, his book is there, in that case is a possessive adjective. It's coming before the book. It's qualifying the book. So that's the very technical differences that should be taught in school and for these children to know. So demonstrative adjective, you say this book is mine, that house is mine, that book is yours. So the demonstrative particle will come immediately before the noun. But when it is demonstrative pronoun, a verb will come after the demonstrative. So you can know this thing structurally when you look at the structure of the sentence. This is my house. This in that case is a demonstrative pronoun. But when you say this book, this book in that case This, in that case, is a demonstrative adjective. So then you can have color adjective. Red shirts, blue shirts, green car. Adjective can be talking about the color. So it can be talking about the shape. Round tire, square room. These are shape adjective. Big boy, that's size adjective. Then we can be talking about adverb. Adverbs are words that modify a verb. It can modify a verb, it can modify an adjective, it can modify another adverb. That is, it can give additional information about a verb, an adjective, or another adverb in a sentence. And in most cases, it is very important for teachers to teach children formations of words from their primary school. Some words are verb, and when you add certain things to them, they become noun. When you add certain things to them, they become adjective. When you add certain things to them, they become adverb. In most cases, most adjectives, when you add ly to them, they become adverb of manner. In most cases, when you say intelligent, intelligent is an adjective. When you say intelligently, intelligently is an adverb. When you say quick, quick is an adjective. When you say quickly, quickly is a what? Is an adverb. When you say slow, slow is an adjective. When you say slowly, slowly is what? Is an adverb. What type of adverb? Adverb of manner. So you can have educate, educate. Educate is a verb. When you say education, education is a noun. When you say educative, educative is an adjective. Or when you say educational, educational could be an adjective at times. So you can say inform, inform is a verb. When you say information, information is a noun. When you say informative, informative is an adjective. Most books such as Companion English, Mastery English, children should be abreast with this book in the primary school. And even the Brighter Grammar, volume 1, volume 2, volume 3, volume 4. It's very important they go through these books and some other complementary books in their primary school, so that students will not just become a problem for for teachers when they get to secondary school. Some of these children cannot read. Let us give them quiz primer to read. These are information that we give to you so that the educational system can be better, because teachers are not magicians. Teachers are only the mother of Jesus Christ said, whatever he has you to do, do it. So we are telling you principles that will affect your children very well and that will make them to have good education. We hope our parents listen anyway. So we have adverb, adverb of time. Adverb of time. Time there will be talking about yesterday, now, last week, last month, last year. Those are adverb of time. So an adverb can be talking about time. I saw him yesterday. Do your assignment now. Now there is adverb of time. He died last night. Last night there is adverb of time. So that is adverb. Adverb can modify a verb. That is, gives additional information about a verb. So it can modify an adjective. You are so silly. Silly is an adjective, so there is adverb of degree. So adverb can modify an adjective. You are too dirty. Too there is adverb of degree. Dirty there is adjective. So they are modifying. An adverb can modify an adjective. So we have adverb of condition. If you read, you will pass. If you read. Provided you read, you will pass. Provided you come early, you will see the chairman. So that is the condition. So then you have reason. He married him because she married him because he is rich. Because he is rich, there is giving us the reason. So that is adverb of reason. Then you have adverb of concession. Concession adverb, we talk about the contrast. Although he read, he failed. So that is concession. It's indicating contrast. Then you have adverb of frequency. I always go there. I occasionally go there. I rarely go to mosque. So that is adverb of frequency. How often something is done. So then you have preposition. Preposition talks about the relationship between a noun or a pronoun in a sentence. The book is on the table. On there is telling me the relationship between the book and the table. The water is under the bridge. Under there is telling me the relationship between the bridge and the water. So you have different types of preposition: on, at, between, after, beside, behind, and many others like that. Those are the preposition. Then we talk about conjunction. Conjunction is used to join two things in English language. So you can have a coordinating conjunction that is used to join two sentences or words that are equal to each other. And in a very strict sense, we have three coordinating conjunctions in English language, which are the words, the and, the but, and the or. I saw him and we discussed. I saw him is a sentence on his own. We discussed is a sentence on his own. So and there is being used to join two sentences that are equal to each other. I saw the principal, but we did not discuss. I saw the principal is a sentence on his own. We did not discuss is a sentence on his own. So but there is used to join these two sentences that are equal to each other. So that is what we call coordinating conjunction. Then we talk about subordinating conjunction. Subordinating conjunction is a sentence is used to indicate the subordinate part of a sentence. So the subordinate clause is a clause that cannot stand on its own, that depends on the main clause to function. So if I say, he came here because of the children. He came here is a sentence. Because of the children is a subordinate aspect of the sentence. So we use subordinating conjunction to indicate a subordinate clause. I saw him, although we did not discuss. I saw him is a sentence on its own. Although we did not discuss is a subordinate clause. So subordinating conjunctions are if, so, although, because, in order that, provided that, until. These are indicators of subordinating conjunctions. And we have correlative conjunction. Correlative conjunctions are also used to indicate proximity concord, which are the either or and neither nor. Either Tolu or Titi is my friend. Either Tolu or the 5 boys are my friend. So the subject that is closer to the verb will determine the singular or the plural nature of the verb. So if the subject that is closer to the verb is singular, it will agree with a singular verb. If the subject that is closer to the verb is plural, it will indicate a plural verb. Either Shade or the 5 boys go to church every Sunday. Either Tola or Titi comes here regularly. Neither Tunji nor Ade goes to church on Sunday. So that is correlative conjunction. And on the very last note, we're talking about interjection. Interjections are used to express the feelings, our feelings, and our state of mind. So it can be happy, it can be sad, it can be joyful, it can be sorrowful, it can be exciting. So you say, oh, the man died. Definitely, oh must have exclamation mark. Wow, I became the president. So, wow there must have what? An exclamation mark, which is an indication of maybe surprise or whatever. So, on this note, we have come to the end of today's Pedagogue's intervention. And it's coming as a kind of gift to the children of school-going age for the 2024 Valentine's Day celebration. One of the ways we think we can show love to our country is to ensure qualitative education. So thank you for watching us and staying put with us. We appreciate you, and God be with you till we meet the next time. Thank you.